Hey everyone, welcome to the neighborhood of the Pixel Street podcast, where, just three nerds get together every week or so, and we just fucking nerd out, let's just talk about video games, boys. I am the host who is excited for Back for Blood the most, John Hansen, joined by Mr. Finish Line himself, Joel Campos. How's it going, Joel?
I'm good. I'm kind of sick still, so...
Oh, he's very sick. Listen to that voice.
I was just coughing a bunch, so that's why John's hosting.
Yeah, Joel's really testing his jazz radio host. Hey guys, real sick here. Just gonna chill on this Ricola. We are also joined by Connor, who literally only joined this podcast to show off the fact that he has the Cyberpunk 2077 collector's edition behind him.
It's true. It's the only reason I'm here. Now that that's done, I can leave. I'll see you guys later.
Wait, so do you have two of them now?
No, well, the statue, yes. I actually, those boxes shouldn't be there. The top one, if you can see the boxes next to me, it might be cut off on the video version, but the top one is the one I got from CD Projekt Red, just the statue, and the bottom one is actually the collector's edition box, which has another statue.
So the statues are the same.
Yes, I'm gonna sell one if you guys want to buy one.
So why? Hold on, what did the collector's edition get you in addition to the statue then?
Bunch of stuff. Got me the steelbook. Got me the stickers. The stickers are very important.
The stickers.
There's a sick art book in there as well. A lot of cool stuff, actually. You'd be surprised.
Cool.
All right. Well, we'll talk a little bit about how Cyberpunk sucks in a little bit, but let's get some housekeeping out of the way. If I didn't say at the beginning, this is episode 123. You can follow us on Twitter at Pixel Street, or you can search up Pixel Street Podcast on Facebook. Our show goes live every Friday on your podcast platform of choice, and you can now become a Pixel Street pal by joining our brand new Discord server. Just check out our Twitter. There's a link in the pinned tweet there. Yeah, join. Let's have some fun. We do Pixel Street Pal Party Night every now and then in there. We have a good time. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Just search for Pixel Street Videos. What have we put up recently in there? I put up my Back for Blood reaction. Super excited for that. And I analyzed the gameplay demo and the reveal trailer in there. Might put up another one of those here pretty soon. I know Connor was planning on putting up a couple unboxing videos, but I don't think that's going through now or something, right?
I think Joel, you were putting a thumbnail up for one behind the scenes stuff. It doesn't matter.
You still have to send me the pics.
Yeah. Oh, right on. Yeah, right.
But quick shout out to Kevin Hollick for the new intro for the YouTube channel. Absolutely. He put a tweet out there saying that he wanted to practice his motion graphic stuff, and he was doing stuff for free. So I DM'd him, and he sent us a pretty new intro graphic for a lot of our YouTube stuff. So. Yeah, shout out to Kevin.
Yeah.
If you're looking to get anything done, definitely hit him up. It's just at Kevin Hollick, KevinHollik. Cool dude. Definitely go check him out.
Yeah, I think I speak for all of us when we say, yeah, we absolutely love our new intro. It's quick, simple, to the point. That's all I really want out of it. Yeah, some really good stuff there. So yeah, how about we kick off the show here and just get right into what we're playing. And I know the big thing that everyone is talking about right now is Cyberpunk 2077. Joel, have you been playing this still?
Yeah, I think I'm like 18 hours in now, so I've played quite a bit.
Right.
I don't know, I enjoy it for what it is, but then again, I am playing on my Series X, so I'm not, on my 1X or an OG Xbox One, so I don't really have any of those problems that a lot of those people are having. Granted, I still have run into my fair share of bugs. Like, I have a video I meant to post on Twitter earlier, but I forgot, where I tried climbing through a window, and then my guy just skyrocketed, like, straight back, like, 200 meters into the desert. Just very random. And there's like a lot of pop in and pop out. Like I'll be walking down the street and I'll see people just like disappear in front of me. just randomly, like Thanos snapped, just disappeared, stuff like that. But I mean, other than that, I think the game's fine for playing on the next gen consoles. At least, I did have it crash on me one time in the whole time I've played. Um, but yeah, other than that, nothing really. Like I've had it freeze for like 10 seconds at a time. Like the audio will still keep going, but the screen just freezes, like it's loading in. It I see that happening a lot when I'm driving. So I think it's just the console not being able to keep up with loading the city as a whole. I'm trying to think of any other issues I have with it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm enjoying it for what it is, I guess. I don't know. I've been saying for months that there's no way this lives up to the hype. And I think if anything it's, kind of a huge letdown for a lot of people. Like myself included. I feel like I'm really let down by the game. And I wasn't expecting much, but like coming from the developers of The Witcher 3, granted I didn't play that much of The Witcher 3, but I know it was like a super deep, like detailed game. Like all three of them kind of I don't know. I feel like I was expecting a lot more than what this is.
Connor?
Yeah, it's an interesting thing to think about, this game. Especially waiting so long for it, having those expectations. I don't know that I would say that they ever could have met the expectations that were in place, because people have been wanting this for so long, and I think no matter what they put out, somebody was going to be disappointed. That said, I'm playing on PC. I did have an Xbox copy and decided to play on my PC instead. And if you have a ray tracing enabled card, this is the place to play it. The PC version is leaps and bounds above and beyond the console version, just in terms of graphical fidelity, quality, and performance. You do have to have a pretty beefy rig in order to get kind of a stable frame rate out of this with what you've got going on. But I've got like high settings, medium ray tracing enabled, and this is probably one of the prettiest games I've ever played. It's absolutely gorgeous, and in that alone, I think it's fantastic. Story wise, kind of with Joel, it is a bit of a letdown. It's not quite to the degree that I was hoping for, which is disappointing. What real quick, where did you guys start out at for your origin stories? Like Street Kid, Corpo, Nomad?
I started as
Nomad.
a street kid.
Okay. So I started as Street Kid too. And sitting in the city, I almost wish I would have started as a Nomad so I could progress to the city and kind of go from a big open landscape to something much denser like the city, because it kind of...
Nomad's not much of an opening.
Really? Okay. It's kind of a
I'll get to
disappointment
it when I
then.
talk.
Yeah, that's disappointing, because I was hoping the three pathways kind of diverged enough to make it replayable. Yeah, it kind of drops you in the middle of the city and really doesn't give you a good idea what's going on. It's like, hey, there's a bunch of shit around you, do something with it. And while some people might be into that, I do want a little bit more direction, at least in terms of narrative, to kind of push me in the right direction, and the right path that I should be on, instead of tackling the whole thing. However, I've found myself kind of wading through the endless sea of side jobs and side content that they have, and most of that is fantastic so far. When you consider that it's side content, it's not main story stuff. Most of these stories are very well fleshed out. There's a lot of options to go through, multiple different endings per story that you go through. It's a fantastic breadth of content that you can play through, aside from, I guess, whatever the intended content is. So that said, I'm not having a miserable time with it. I think on the PC it's fine. Do I think it's game of the year? Probably not. Am I enjoying it? Yeah, I am enjoying my time
But
inside
will
of
it
Night
be
City.
Game of the Year next year?
That's true. Yeah, I forgot it's considered next year. Such a weird situation with this game,
That's only
and
Game
it's so
Awards.
disappointing because I think what they do best here is world building, and fleshing out a city. Those parts are fantastic, but anything aside is very mediocre, and it's sets up for a very disappointing experience if that's what you're looking for.
How long have you played?
About 18 hours. I'm right around the same
Yeah,
area as
around the
Joel,
same
I
as
would
Joel.
imagine.
Gotcha. Yeah. So I played about 4 or 5 hours and I returned my copy. I
Yeah.
I didn't really have any issue. Many. Okay, I had some issues with bugs, but not really. Like there's a video I love that I put up that I tried running over a couple NPCs and I hit them and my car did a backflip off of them. Um,
Awesome.
yeah, but really that was it. I was playing on Series X and yeah, it was fine there. But I just all right, let's just get right off the bat here. I already knew this game wasn't for me. It's too big of a
Yeah.
game. Like it's the same thing with Witcher 3 and Skyrim.
Mm.
Most big games like that, I'm not even really going to give much of a chance. Like it really needs to catch me right away, like Breath of the
Yeah.
Wild does, to like really get me in and get me hooked on there. Assassin's Creed Odyssey is another example of a game that really just latched onto me. About 5 hours in, I was still saying, "Man, I hate the way this game feels. I hate movement. I hate driving. I hate the shooting. I hate the combat. Just everything I was dealing with. I just didn't think it felt good. Yeah, Night City looks fine, but it just wasn't enough to like really capture me. I was laughing at V the entire time because he's just I did a male V and like his voice is like so gruff and everything like an 80s action star. It just I was laughing at at like all the spots I think I was supposed to take seriously. I just couldn't take
Yeah.
him serious. His friend, the guy that
Jackie.
ends
Jackie
up
was.
dying, Jackie, I thought he was annoying.
Whoa, spoiler, bro.
I Oh, that was shown off forever ago. What's the one girl's name that everyone's in love with right now?
Pan Am. Pan
No.
Is it
Am or
Judy?
Judy?
He's
Judy.
probably not far enough to meet Panem.
Judy. I met her and she is awesome. I did
is.
really like her.
She's one of the bright points of the game for me so far, for sure.
Yeah, but yeah, overall, it was fine. Just wasn't for me, and that's fine. Maybe I'll give it a try again when the next gen console update comes out. I don't know. I think I would have to wait for it to go on sale or to come to Game Pass or something like that. It just didn't really impress me, but I kind of knew that was going to happen going into it. Yeah, as for the Nomad mission, or startup, I should say, I wasn't really impressed by it. It literally is just you start in a garage, sheriff comes in, starts acting tough with you. All you do is talk with him. You go out, go to a satellite radio or something, and like talk to someone. It's like, hey, you got to help me out. No, I can't. You left the nomads. Oh, come on, just one more time. Oh, fine, yeah, I'll help you out. You disconnect, pick up Jackie, and then you smuggle an iguana through like a gateway to Night City, and that's it. Like it, yeah. There's like a car chase and everything, but there was not much to that opening at all.
I will say there's a lot of points that I think lack pretty significantly. The driving feels way worse than I had ever hoped for.
It's
I'm
awful.
very disappointed. I think that part of it, on console at least, could be chalked up to that game just running like shit for the most part, which makes the experience only 10 times worse. Because the quicker you drive, all of your textures are starting to pop in, and it's going to cause lag on your system. And if you're frame dropping while driving, you might as well just swing it into a wall because you're going to fucking hit one anyway.
Oh, dude, I fucking also hate calling your car in.
Sure.
It's terrible. It reminds me so much of Grand Theft Auto 5, where you would call the mechanic, and he, like
Right.
back in the day, when they actually had the mechanic, and he would like drive up and then drive away with your car.
It even
Because,
almost makes the same noise too. Like when your
yeah.
vehicle gets delivered, like I could hear that cell phone ping in the back of my
Hmm.
mind from Grand Theft Auto 5 every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And mine just wouldn't work. It would say it was like 90 kilometers away or something, and then go
Wild.
like 95, then back to 90, 95.
I had
I'm like,
Jeez.
okay.
my buddy. He called his car into him, and he was at a roundabout, and the car showed up and just kept driving around the roundabout and would not stop.
Oh,
And he
that's
was just
awesome.
chasing it in a circle. Like he tried cutting it off, nothing. It just kept going.
Yeah.
But-
So
there's
that's
been a
one
lot
of the
of
other
wrecks with
big
cars.
issues with this game is the AI. The AI is in a lot of situations miserable. Whether
Oh,
it's
it's
friendly
laughably
AI or just general citizens milling about or whatever. There's a mission a little bit or later on in the early game, Joel. You might remember this, and you've got a few different options on how you can approach it. But one of the things that you can do is you're set to invade a military base and go in and do something inside this military base, and you notice that there are trucks that are doing constant deliveries. Well, if you scan one of those trucks, it gives you the option to actually go hijack one of those trucks, and then you can just pretend to be the delivery driver. So I'm like, okay, easiest way in for sure. I'm gonna go hijack a truck and just waltz my way in. And I spent an embarrassing amount of time trying to hijack one of the trucks because either the AI wouldn't recognize that there was something in the road and just run me over, or it would slow down and then hard gas it for no reason and run me over and kill me. Or like I'd get next to the door and I couldn't hit X or anything to try and hijack it. Like they would just bug out, and it was just it made what would have been a cool feature, that kind of choice into something that just felt shitty and bad. So yeah, AI not great in the game. I will say I found it interesting that you hated the combat because I think the combat is arguably the best point of the game, in my mind. Gunplay wise, maybe not so. I think once you unlock some of the more interesting
Oh,
weapons
the
and
gunplay is
you
fucking
progress down the
awful.
path.
No,
So
hold on. My
I'm going to
question, my
challenge you on
question
that a
is,
little bit.
how much did you play on Xbox, Connor, if at all?
Me? Oh God, not much at all.
Because it is insanely clunky on Xbox.
Is it?
Like
So
aiming and
it's pretty
stuff is
clunky on
very
PC.
clunky.
I'm still playing with a controller, so that's important to note. I'm not playing mouse and keyboard for Cyberpunk, so I'm still on a controller. It is kind of chunky, but I think it's meant to be that way, so you invest in the upgrade paths and get better stuff that won't have that level of clunkiness. It is alleviated a little bit by some of the later weapons you get, like the smart scan weapons that are almost like the smart pistol from Titanfall, if you've ever used that. I've got a shotgun that does that, and it's super cool. However, where I think the combat shines specifically is melee combat. If you haven't tried running around with a sword or a knife or something in that game, I absolutely recommend it because it's a fucking blast of a time.
Dude, I have
It
those
is
I have those mantis
so good.
arms, and man, is that
Really?
fucking fun.
I haven't got those yet, but I've been running around with a katana, and I also got a knife that's really good too. And they're so much fun. They're just absurdly good. They feel good. Hit registration is good. I feel like they absolutely nailed that melee combat, which is really cool. So if you haven't tried that, give it a go. Aside from that, yeah, there is a lot of disappointing systems and stuff of the game. One of the things I thought was really stupid. I don't know if you guys have realized this, but this game touts one of the most robust and well handled character editors in the past decade or so. I think it's fantastic. It's very good for what it is. Some limitations here and there, but it does a lot of great things there. I think it's far better than like a Skyrim or anything like that when it comes to character customization.
Yeah, it would be
Once
nice
you're
if
done
you
with
could edit them once you're in the
Yeah.
game.
so once you're done with that process, you can't edit them anymore. That's it. Like if you have tattoos and stuff, like there's no getting rid of those. There's no getting new ones. You can't get a haircut. You can't change your hair color. Like you are just
Yeah.
stuck
I have a
with
buddy.
whatever you put out.
I have a buddy who made all of his fingernails like rainbow colors, and then he didn't realize that he was stuck with that the whole time. So he
Oh,
played for
yeah.
like 5 hours and then realized he kept seeing the rainbow colors, and then he looked into it. He's like, "Nope, can't change it." He's like, well, I'm not
Yeah,
gonna restart
yeah.
the game now.
And for as much
Just something
clothing
so
options as
basic
there
like
are,
that.
Yeah, I know.
yeah, as much clothing option as there is in the game. I mean, you're constantly finding a new piece of clothing. It's surprising that they wouldn't allow further customization down, the cosmetic pathway. Um, Pretty disappointing there. Yeah, it's a lot of shit, man. I'm not far enough in to say whether I love it or hate it yet. I still have a long way to go before I form a valid opinion on it. I think it's totally okay to be upset with what's been put out, as it sounds like the original consoles are just shit. They're garbage.
Oh,
They shouldn't have come
they're
out in that
bad.
state at all. And that said, it really solidifies for me what I've been thinking for a while on this game, and that's if this game had another year in the oven or year and a half, whatever it is, to iron out some of the kinks that are in there still, I think we could have a really good game on our hands. But what we ended up with instead is something that smells of a really good game and kind of feels like a really good game. But when you get down to the nitty gritty, it just falls apart in all the ways that matter. And it's disappointing. Yeah, man, I hope the patches come. Obviously, CD Projekt Red has a great track record of doing great work with their patches and whatnot, and pumping those out at a good rate. So, I think there certainly is hope, even for the older consoles. But boy, did this not turn out to be a good launch.
Yeah, with all
Well,
the
that's the thing
problems
also is-
surrounding the game, is I feel like it could easily be a year before this game is like in a very
Yeah.
good playable state.
And I would have been fine with that, And if that meant you had to drop support for the last gen consoles, then drop support for the last gen consoles. I think it's bullshit to support the last gen consoles and then put out something that is a subpar product to what you're producing or pitching as your video game, because it's it would be one thing to say, hey, this is only for next gen, this is only for PC, and people would kind of understand. But if you're putting it out, people expect a playable game, they expect to be able to do something with the product that they purchase from you, and in this state it's very obvious that they cannot.
Yeah, and
Well,
it
that's
kind
the
of
thing
sucks.
is just
Sorry.
how fucking shady they were about handling the console thing.
Yeah.
With all the reviews, they only allowed PC codes to go out and everything, and even
Right.
with that people weren't allowed to upload their own footage. They had to use CD Projekt Red's B-roll.
Yeah.
The whole handling of that situation is like really iffy
Dumb.
and really makes the management there look really bad. CD Projekt Red, for as much goodwill that they've had since The Witcher 3 days, they have really kind of tarnished their goodwill standing in the community.
They threw
Kind
a
of
lot
like
of it out the
Bethesda
window,
did with
man.
Fallout 76. It's
Honestly, yeah, this is another situation just like that, where they overpromised and underdelivered. And I think if they would have been upfront with people and, like you said, not had some of these shady practices around sharing specific versions or reviewers being able to share their stuff, I think we'd be in a different boat right now. But man, they got to be real fucking careful how they handle the next 6 months, because people are going to remember this.
Yeah, every
You know.
step they take from here on out is going to be kind of criticized. Like
Yeah.
me and John say we have the Xbox Series X. If say they were to release the next gen patch for those games to make them better on that first, it would look really bad, just because
Yeah.
you should be fixing it on the earlier gen first, realistically, since that's where most of the problems are.
The issues are, yeah.
Well, they've said you have to wait till January or February for those fixes to come through.
Yeah.
That's when
For the
those
next
updates
gens.
are coming through. Yeah. No, that's not next gen. That's the current.
Yeah.
Just fixing the game as it is right now. You have to wait till January and February. They said
Yeah.
most of the issues will be fixed in those updates, if they will. We'll actually see if that happens. But like,
It's a disappointment, man.
you bought the
It
game
really
now.
is.
yeah.
Well, since we're kind of on that subject, I feel like we spent 25 minutes on this. We should just bounce into the magical first news story we've got, which John can speak to a little bit, at least one half of the coin. What's up in the world of news?
Okay, well, just pretty much that Cyberpunk, they recently put out a post and everything saying, "Hey guys, sorry, our game is not good on console right now. And they're like, hey, yeah, you can go ahead and request a refund on the Xbox and PlayStation stores. And I'm trying to actually pull up the actual post here. But
Yeah, I think the verbiage is very
I've got it up.
suggestive.
I can read it.
yeah, go ahead and read it.
Dear gamers, first of all, we would like to start by apologizing to you for not showing the game on base last-gen consoles before it premiered, and in consequence, not allowing you to make a more informed decision about your purchase. We should have paid more attention to making it play better on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Second, we will fix bugs and crashes and improve the overall experience. The first round of updates has just been released, and the next one is coming in the next 7 days. Expect more, as we will update frequently whenever new improvements are ready. After the holidays, we'll continue working. We'll release 2 large patches, starting with patch number 1 in January. This will be followed by patch number 2 in February. Together, these should fix the prominent problems gamers are facing on last-gen consoles. We will be informing you about the contents of each patch ahead of their release. They won't make the game on last-gen look like it's running on a high-end or a high-spec PC or next-gen console, but it will be closer to the experience than it is now. Finally, we would always like everyone who buys our games to be satisfied with their purchase. We would appreciate it if you would give us a chance, but if you are not pleased with the game on your console and don't want to wait for updates, you can opt to refund your copy. For copies purchased digitally, please use the refund system on PSN or Xbox respectively. For box versions, please first try to get a refund at the store where you bought the game. Should this not be possible, please contact us at helpmerefund@cdprojectred.com, and we will do our best to help you. Starting from today, you can contact us for a week up until December 21st, 2020.
So yeah, if you try and get a refund on the Xbox store, it's pretty easy. You just go in, sign in to your account, and
not everybody's getting them on Xbox either.
Okay, well, for me, it was insanely easy. I got in, requested a refund, gave the reasoning. I don't even remember what I gave. Something like I was unhappy with the product or something. Within 3 minutes, I got an email saying that I was going to get my full refund back.
Yeah, you were talking in the group chat about it, and then like 5 minutes later, you posted a picture that it was done already. So it was super quick and easy for you, like no issues, no hassle whatsoever, right?
Yeah, but I've been seeing on Reddit that people have been requesting in the, they're getting a response saying, oh, you've played 2 or more hours of this game, we cannot issue a refund. So
yeah, that's the Sony thing. Sony's guidelines are if you download the game, you can no longer get a refund. So they are anyone that contacts PlayStation support, they get back a message saying CD Projekt Red is currently working on patches and updates to fix bugs and crashes and to improve overall gameplay. Just pretty much saying wait for the updates and you'll be fine. Like that's shitty in its own way.
Well, yeah, and that's kind of where the story is at its worst here, because the way that they worded this post suggested that they'd verified that this would be an easy and or approved process for getting a refund for this game specifically. Obviously there's nothing explicitly here stating that retailers are bound by this or they have to comply or whatever, but it does suggest in this post that if you are seeking a refund, you will not have a hard time doing so. It will be available at your point of sale, and they will get you taken care of, which, should just be the end of the story, but it's not. With, Sony emailing back people that just wait, it's not a good enough answer. And what we're finding out is that CD Projekt Red didn't really do much legwork at all here. They just said, yeah, if you don't like it, get a refund, and didn't really care about the details of the refund, and that's the unfortunate thing, because Xbox and Sony are kind of diametrically opposed on different sides here with the refund stuff, where Xbox, while they've had some weirdness in the past, they've been much more open to the refund policies over the past couple of years, similar to like Steam, the things they have going on in place. But PlayStation has been notoriously stingy on this, and as we're seeing here, just will do nothing about it. Do you guys know anybody who's reached out to CD Projekt directly for
No,
this?
I don't personally, but in the article we have here from The Verge, Patrick Klepek did, and they give me a sec here. Pretty much all they say is go to this link to request a refund from Xbox. If you own a digital copy on PlayStation, please wait for us to get back to you. That's all they say now.
So there at least might be something in the pipeline then, from the sounds of it. But regardless, this initial post just seems to be incredibly misleading. At least when I read it, it defines a process that is not the process you're going to encounter when you actually try to go get a refund, and that's a bummer.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's about good. The cap off our talks on Cyberpunk 2077. I think overall we're pretty disappointed in the game, although some of us don't really think it's terrible. But
I mean, Connor went and bought a fucking new computer basically to play the game.
Yeah,
It's
Connor's
not true.
running like top of the line stuff, so he doesn't
Man,
care
I
about
wish.
all you peasants and your
I did
lowly
upgrade.
Xbox
I will
Ones
say,
and PlayStation 4s.
if you
He's
have the
above you.
opportunity,
He has 2 Cyberpunk 2077 statues. Do you have
that's
2?
True. Yeah, I can sleep with both of them. I have room in my Cyberpunk themed bed sheets.
CD Projekt Red bought him out, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, please buy me out. Yeah, if you're
Eat 'em
playing on a
out.
computer and that's gross. If you're playing on a computer and it's relatively powerful, I think this game is fine. I don't necessarily think it's a $60 video game right now. It'll probably get there in the future, much like The Witcher did, as that had a rough launch. But man, if there's one takeaway from this that I want to like burn into my brain, it's that holy shit, I wish companies would stop announcing things so early.
What? You mean 8 years was too early?
I
Yes,
mean,
absolutely.
when that announcement came, they didn't. At the end of it, said it'll come when it's ready.
Yes.
Why didn't they?
Yes.
They should have just stuck to. They should have just stuck.
Well,
with it. It was like,
that
hey,
didn't come at the announcement. That came like 3 years after the announcement.
Either way, they should have just kept using that. Like, hey,
I
it's
think
like
that was
sorry we're delaying it again.
2018 or 2019 E3, where they said it'll be here when it's ready, which cool and all, but clearly false.
Yeah.
You're full of shit.
Yeah. Overall, super.
All right,
fucking
we got to
shady.
finish up what we've been playing here, boys. Anyone been playing anything
really
interesting?
Cyberpunk is kind of my big one. I put some more time into Assassin's Creed Valhalla, but I put that on pause since I've been playing Cyberpunk in the meantime. So aside from that, I've got nothing on my list.
Same.
Okay. Yeah. I've been getting back into Halo, the Master Chief Collection. After the Halo Infinite update, I'm just so in on Halo right now, man. Just everything about it is just, I'm right back in. I also played through Shantae and the Seven Sirens. A while ago, I talked about how much I loved Shantae and the Pirate's Curse and Shantae Half Genie Hero when they were in Game Pass. This game I actually purchased. It came out this year, and it's right up there with those games. It's a brilliant Metroidvania. If you love those kind of games, if you love a game like Ori and the Will of the Wisp, definitely give Shantae a try. They've added in like new animated cutscenes and everything, and it's just brilliant. It's got great humor. It's awesome game. Give it a try. Okay, so let's well, I guess we already started news, so let's just finish it up here by talking about the Game Awards.
I'll go through this list and we'll kind of just talk because I'm scrolling through it for the video as well.
Oh, okay.
A new Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Fighter was announced, and that is Sephiroth. John, you're the Smash Bros. Expert.
Yeah, that was really surprising. It was an awesome reveal too. I mean, Sakurai just the Smash Brothers team always has the best announcements for new characters. Those trailers are amazing every time they hit it out of the park.
They're so good.
Same example here. But yeah, Sephiroth was a really big surprise. I don't think anyone expected to see him be a character. Definitely takes away, I think, any chance of them adding in Geno from Super Mario RPG or Sora from Kingdom Hearts, which kind of sucks. But with how much they've been adding in villains to go against the heroes in Smash Ultimate, like, I think that this is like the perfect choice for Square Enix.
I saw a funny picture on Reddit. It was like, here's the official first rendering of the Sephiroth amiibo, and it was just like him holding his sword like that, but the end of the sword was just curved up 90 degrees because it wouldn't fit in the box.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know how they're going to do that.
That will be interesting to see.
It's gonna be a separate
like they have to put him in those the containers for like when they put 3 amiibo in it and just like put him on the side and his sword goes across the entire thing.
Yeah, no,
that would be amazing.
I feel like they're gonna find some sort of pose to where his sword is literally like diagonal in the box to fit.
Yeah,
probably.
But worth noting that this article is by Nicole Carpenter at Polygon. So these are just the biggest announcements. Moving on, Perfect Dark was announced, guys. Who saw this coming?
Everyone
did. It'd been rumored. Yeah, it'd been pretty heavily rumored.
Yeah, but I don't think it was rumored that the initiative was making it, though, was it?
Oh yeah, it was.
I think it's
been leaked and rumored for
I think
like
they'd been
a year
attached
now.
to that for a little while. It was just really a question of if they would actually be doing that or not.
But yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. At least what they showed.
Yeah,
yes.
No, it looks really awesome. I remember Connor yelling when they finally said that it's Perfect Dark and showed Joanna Dark. I've been hoping for a while that the initiative was actually doing something new, but regardless, I'm excited for it. I mean, it is really cool to have Perfect Dark back with a new studio with so much talent behind it. So who knows how long until we actually get to see any gameplay on this? Probably. My guess is 2022 at earliest.
Next Game Awards, maybe.
Maybe.
When you've got some heavy hitters on that team too, when you talk about kind of the talent that's out there, as well as the area that they're in. I mean, it's just a talent hotbed for video games, and giving these guys the keys to a franchise that nobody really remembers or thinks about, and they can do whatever they want with it, I'm all in, man. This is the new Cyberpunk. Everybody's gonna be waiting for this.
No, I think what the new Cyberpunk is Mass Effect, which is the next thing on the list.
Oh man,
this is now that Cyberpunk's out, everybody needs that game to look forward to in 12 years. Mass Effect will continue.
Announcement really made me laugh because not that it was just a tease for Mass Effect 4, which with talking with people from GamePer, they told me that the character that was in there, that woman alien, is from the trilogy from before. So this is like Mass Effect 4. I've never played.
That's the thing. This species lives to be pretty long, so that's speculation. Everybody, obviously, new Mass Effect news goes up, and people are freaking out. And I think it's funny to see because it really solidifies that there are names in video games that you can kind of do no wrong with, and even after Andromeda's botched launch and all of its issues and whatnot, just the thought of another Mass Effect has people chomping at the bit for any kind of news.
Even with the state BioWare is in, so hopefully they handle it well.
That's what I'm worried about. Is there seems to be not a good time happening there right now, which puts this kind of stuff in heavy doubt. So
yeah, I was laughing though because they're like the whole teaser and everything. It was overall the footage of the teaser was handled well. Like wiping away the N7 thing, like, oh yeah, that's really a thing to get fans of the series hyped and everything. And then it says like Mass Effect will continue, and I just took that as, hey guys, we know Andromeda was bad, but we promise Mass Effect isn't over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, it was also kind of assumed that Mass Effect is going to continue. You're not just going to let a name like that die.
Yeah, right.
Moving
Well,
on.
they'd also announced it a few days earlier, actually, at the Mass Effect celebration. They put up like a key art piece for the next Mass Effect. So it was like something that was already technically announced, just not in video format. This was their big, like, hey, everybody, we're doing the thing.
Yep. Next up, we have Microsoft Flight Simulator is coming to Xbox Series X, and I think they said sometime next summer, summer 2021.
Yeah, summer. We knew it was coming to console. We just didn't know when. But yeah, it's coming next summer. So cool.
I just really hope it's very well optimized at that point, because my computer, like, it's not a bad computer, but it struggles to run this game.
It's huge.
You got to
on
figure
PC
with
too.
all the time that they're putting into, like, when did that come out? September? Like, it's almost going to be a year by the time that it comes out on console. So you hope that Asobo is really focusing on just getting that running well on Series X. I'm hopeful.
Yep. Also, one of John's favorite things in the planet right now, Back for Blood. We finally got the reveal trailer and gameplay reveal.
Yeah. Oh, man, I'm so excited for this. Let's just be honest, it's Left 4 Dead 3. We've been waiting a decade for Left 4 Dead 3. This is made by Turtle Rock Studios, the same guys that made Evolve, but they're also the same guys that made the first Left 4 Dead. They developed this. At that time, they were called Valve South, I think. And then in 2011, they became their own independent company and then went on to make Evolve and now Back for Blood. I have really gone in deep on looking at everything with this game. Like I said, I put up an analysis on the gameplay and the reveal. They've got a debriefing video for the alpha that is running starting tomorrow, which we are all very excited to give a try. Yeah, there's just so many reasons to be excited about that game. There's a lot of cool stuff. The special infected look great. There's a new card system in there. There's also like kind of a weapon rarity thing, it looks like, where you like weapons you find can have different attachments and everything. You can actually aim down the sights in this. Yeah, this is just Left 4 Dead 3. It's the Left 4 Dead franchise. It's the evolution in Left 4 Dead that I hope is gonna be really needed after a decade of waiting.
Yeah, we're all very excited to play it this weekend. Let's try and speed this up a bit. We got Arc 2, Vin Diesel. He's in everything now.
Talk about such a
fun fact
way
on that.
the fucking ruin hype. Like, me and Connor were like freaking out. We're like, holy shit, Vin Diesel.
Turok.
And like, he looks
It's Turok.
good.
And then
Yeah,
it's
we were like,
Arc.
oh,
Yeah.
hopefully it's something awesome. Oh, it's Arc.
So those words might really piss off Vin Diesel, because not only is Vin Diesel starring in Ark Survival 2, he is co-producing it.
Yeah.
And he has over 1,000 hours in the first Ark, which is ridiculous. Out of all the games he chooses to spend his time on, it's fucking Ark.
Also worth noting, this is an Xbox console exclusive game.
Yes. Yeah.
Which is very random, but I guess it is what it is.
Then also, didn't they announce like a series or something?
Animated series.
Yeah.
There's a lot of big names attached to that. Holy shit.
Oh, there is.
They spent a lot of money.
Moving on, Dragon Age. We have the teaser trailer. I've never played a Dragon Age, but I know a lot of people love them. All right, I guess that's that.
BioWare's in a bad place, man. I can't hype up any of their shit, okay?
We have a new Among Us map coming. Yeah, it looks cool.
It's
I'm sure
a plane.
We'll play it. It is a plane.
Yeah.
Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout
comes
Season
out in
3.
2021. Okay, yeah.
Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout Season 3 starts today? Yesterday, December 15th.
Yeah.
So there's that. Master Chief was added to Fortnite. I downloaded this immediately because I will buy anything with Master Chief in it.
Of course you would.
Fun fact.
Of course you would.
We Are OFK. I don't remember this. I must have been away from the keyboard.
It's like an interactive series. It's like another music style game, rhythm based.
Okay. Moving on, we have It Takes Two. from Hazelight, which looks
Super
pretty cool.
excited for that.
Yeah.
That game looks
This is the
amazing.
new Josef Fares game, the Fuck the Oscars guy. And yeah, looks fantastic.
Yep. Up next, we have Season, which has probably one of the coolest art styles we saw in the whole show, honestly.
It's very
I
pretty.
don't remember that one.
Very, very pretty.
Is that the walking simulator one?
I think
Which
so.
one?
Yeah, I think there's multiple.
right. I don't remember it. Whatever.
I don't know. It looks peaceful.
It's the Sony exclusive one, yeah.
All right, we have Road 96.
Team behind Valiant Arts.
Yep.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Which
have,
is a
real
brilliant
good.
game on its own. Go play Valiant Hearts.
we have Open Roads from the Gone Home developer. Evil West. Endless Dungeon. We're really cutting deep here because we are literally have nothing to say about these. The
Yeah.
Callisto Protocol. Swedish Chef is coming to Overcooked. That is awesome.
That was a pretty cool
Important to
reveal.
note with Callisto Protocol, it is from the Dead Space developer Glenn Schofield. So if you're a Dead Space fan, that is one to watch out for.
Yeah, and that's pretty much the whole roundup for the Game Awards. So
Yeah, there was some good stuff in there.
No
Yep,
Breath 2 news.
and we have-
very upset about that.
we have
No
two quick
Nintendo
news.
news in general outside of Smash.
Oh,
we have-
fuck.
Two quick, and it's gonna stay that way for a long time.
Yeah.
Come on, Nintendo, please just give
two
us
quick
something.
news things. Nintendo Indie World highlights.
Yeah, so I've got a list pulled up here. There's some interesting stuff in here. For one, Among Us is now on Switch. I downloaded it and gave it a try. It runs really well on there. Like movement in there is probably my favorite way to play Among Us. But then once you get to the discussion part of the game, just typing is awful because you have to click on the thing to pull up the pad and then slowly put in what you need to say. So if you're gonna buy Among Us on Switch, definitely only play it if you're playing with friends, like over voice chat or something.
Can you use the touchpad as the keyboard or no?
Yeah, you can use the touchpad in everything in the game, which is good. But it's still just not fast enough. Because
The
it's just not the
responsiveness.
same as like typing on a phone.
Yeah, gotcha.
Also, Spelunky 1 and 2 are coming to Switch. Super Meat Boy Forever is coming to Switch as a console launch exclusive. Sorry, the same day that it releases on the Epic Game Store. And then there were some other neat looking games in there. Grindstone, Happy Game looks cool. Cyber Shadow. Yeah, there was some interesting stuff in there.
All right, and the next quick news topic we have is Kojima Productions has been open for 5 years.
Yeah,
I think
kinda crazy, right?
I think it's crazy that they released a game already like a year ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember how we all thought that felt like super fast for them to put that out? Like that was
Pretty
crazy.
fast, yeah. Especially for how
Um,
great it looks visually, I'd say.
Yeah. It is a gorgeous
Yeah.
game. I will say that.
Yeah. I know they were supposed to make some announcement or something yesterday. I think it was just like merch stuff for celebrating the 5th anniversary. So if you're a Death Stranding fan and a Kojima fan, give that a look.
Cool. We have community topics this week.
Yeah. So yeah, just jumping right into our topic of the week. We actually have 4 this week. I'll run through them here. First up is from our little Raph baby himself, Chad Mike Innes. He wants to know your favorite winter holiday events in video games. Connor, what you got?
My favorite what?
Winter holiday event.
In
Winter
video games.
holiday event. Oh God. You really asking the wrong guy because I am like bah humbug to the max, and I
Me
hate
too.
holidays.
Joel, you got anything?
I mean, I enjoy like any holiday Destiny update they bring. Like,
Hey,
I just,
there you go.
I just enjoy new content in that game. So,
I
anytime
will
they're
say, I
bringing
hear
me
the
something new, I'll
Dawning
do it.
this year is really good. I haven't played it, as I've been
Aside from the
sucked into
fact that
Cyberpunk.
I signed in yesterday, and the game glitched and did not give me the quest.
Oh,
And
you can pick it up. There's a kiosk by the postmaster.
no, they had to patch it in because
Oh,
like
right on.
for me, like a lot of people like me, it would not come in. So they
Well,
had to patch it
you know.
last night to add it into the game. But
Hmm.
other than that, I don't know. I think Overwatch does cool stuff around Christmas time. I know, John, you just posted an article, right? About the new skins and stuff.
Yeah, I posted an update of all of the new skins and everything. When they put out the update, they had to disable Diva for a little bit because she broke the game again. Um, this update put in a bug with her that when you get her mech down to 0, it wouldn't eject her, so she was just an unkillable machine. But she's back in and fixed now. The winter holiday event for Overwatch is definitely the weakest out of all of them. It's definitely my least favorite. But they did add in a new one with it this year where it's like elimination, but when you take out any enemies or your teammates go down, they're just frozen, like they're in a May ice block, and then you can go up and dethaw them to bring them back into the fight. So that's kind of cool. It's just elimination though. And the matches go really long. And there's one bullshit achievement on there, okay? I'm going off on this right now because it has been annoying me because I've got almost every achievement in Overwatch, but I don't think I'm going to get this fucking seasonal one, and it's going to piss me off, man. So, you're supposed to be able, you need to get this achievement, you have to interrupt an enemy dethawing one of their teammates 3 times in a single round. Well, first of all, the matches are 4-on-4, so the rounds go by super fucking quick. To actually interfere with the dethaw, you have to outright kill them before your teammates do, or they just stop dethawing, or you have to stun them. So booping someone away isn't counted as an interfere. You can't move them. You can't just like hit them and make them stop. It doesn't count. It only works with a McCree stun, a break shield bash, or a Roadhog hook. And it's annoying, and I hate it, and it's gonna be, I'm gonna be so angry if this is the only seasonal event achievement that I don't end up getting.
The real reason that John
Connor.
didn't like Cyberpunk 2077 is because Overwatch has a stupidly hard achievement, and he didn't have time to do it. So he stopped playing Cyberpunk to give himself time to get this achievement.
Well, the Overwatch event started yesterday, so I had already refunded Cyberpunk. So
Likely story. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what the fuck just happened.
achievements, Joel.
John started
Achievements.
complaining about Overwatch. It's going to happen a lot again when number 2 comes out, so just wait.
All right, John. What's the next topic we have?
All right, from Mrs. Rachel Kopp at
Not a
GR Kopp.
Also
She says she wants us to talk about Nintendogs and how no one has taken care of them since like 2008. I have never played Nintendogs.
Me either.
I never had
Really?
the original DS.
Holy shit. Oh my god, Nintendogs was a jam, man. Nintendogs was great. It was like Animal Crossing Lite, when you couldn't afford Animal Crossing because the copies were going for like $40-$50 still. It was fantastic, man. They had like all the different Nintendogs games with different breeds and stuff. So if you wanted a specific breed, you had to buy the specific game. Maybe
Which
that
is
was
the
like
dumbest load of shit ever.
Listen, man, that's where EA got all their predatory sales tactics, is from old Nintendogs games. It all comes to full circle to Nintendo always.
I
It's
just
their
still
fault.
can't believe they haven't made one for the Switch, because the Switch would be amazing for it.
So
got the
there was
touch-
like
I would instantly buy it for my daughter.
Yeah, there was a third-party one that came out on the Switch with the same
Mhm.
idea, but I have no idea how that was or anything.
From what I saw of it, it was fine.
Sure, yeah, it is shocking that it didn't do anything with that IP.
There's
at
a
all
lot
yet.
that Nintendo hasn't touched on the Switch.
Yeah, Nintendo, man, just they're trying to win an award for worst choices made possible, and
Yep.
winning a lot of that running right now.
Yeah. All right, moving on. Brandon Addison at Mr. J 251990. He says Capcom, and when I tried to push him, like, what about Capcom? He says they make good games. So Capcom, are we for or against them?
I got no beef.
Yeah, I don't
Joel.
know. I don't know. Neither, I guess.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Capcom's all right, I guess.
I like Resident Evil for how stupid it is.
Yeah, sure. Yes, the new Resident Evil games are pretty, and pretty cool. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
That's your Capcom opinion.
I don't care about Monster Hunter. It's not for me. I've never liked Mega Man.
Monster Hunter is good though. I did play a smattering of Monster Hunter World, and the game's pretty cool. It's not for me, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I've always not liked Mega Man. I guess just growing up as
I really don't like
playing
Mega Man
Mario.
Yeah.
Playing Mario, it just the platforming in Mega Man just feels bad.
I think it's like an old people thing.
Yeah, but Mario's old too. And then finally, our last topic suggestion is from Loops at Rattlehead73X. Okay. He says, yes, you need to get to the bottom of why Joel hates Sloppy Joes. They are so good. Was he traumatized as a child? Joel, what about Sloppy Joes has traumatized you?
Everything about them. It's
Where did they
absolutely
touch you?
disgusting. Where did they touch
What
me?
do you
Everywhere.
mean? Why are they disgusting?
They're so gross. They
Do you
don't
like
taste good.
chili or
Yeah, I like chili.
like a stew, like a ground beef stew?
Let's put it this way: if I'm gonna eat a sandwich, I don't want a sandwich that can just ooze out into my fucking lap. All right.
Oh my god!
All right.
So is it
very-
specifically because it's messy? Is that the problem with sloppy?
No,
joes? Is it
I
'cause
honestly
they're messy?
I don't like the taste of it. It's kind of like a weird ketchup.
texture.
It's like a barbecue ketchup mix, and I'm not a fan of it.
That's my thoughts on
Okay.
shit. I can't even think of what it's
barbecue
called right
and ketchup.
now. No. I'm blanking on it right now. Whatever. But yeah, I totally agree with Joel. I don't like Sloppy Joes.
It's
They're-
disgusting.
You guys are
Yeah.
weird. Absolutely. What the fuck? No, listen. You take sloppy Joe meat, put it on the bottom bun, all right, and then you get yourself some Lay's original potato
Oh.
chips. Slap them on
I don't
top
want
of
to.
that.
And then you throw
Oh,
the
man.
whole thing in the garbage.
Except for the Lays. You
You guys
saved
are
the
missing out,
Lays.
man.
Yeah, no, not a big Sloppy Joe fan. But yeah, that is what we have for our topic of the week. Be sure to join our Discord or hit us up on Twitter. Even email us at pixelstreetpodcast@gmail if you have any suggestions for topics that you want us to talk about. But besides that, guys, I think that's another podcast in the books.
Sounds like it.
We will be doing a video of video game 20 questions. It just takes too long for us to keep tacking onto the podcast here. So if you are a fan of that segment, be sure to check out our YouTube. We will be uploading it there. We'll be recording it right after this. But yeah, that does it for episode 123 of the Pixel Street podcast. Yeah, I mean, I have no way to actually end this. Joel, where can the people find you?
You could find
Not
me
at the
on
Sloppy
Twitter.
Joe bar.
Yeah, not at Sloppy Joe's bar.
Oh,
That's for damn
ugh.
sure.
No,
you can
I would never go to a
you can
Sloppy
find me
Joe bar.
on
That
Twitter.
sounds awful.
Find me on Twitter at Campo63. Give me your hot takes on Sloppy Joes. Tell me where to get a good Sloppy Joe, huh? And maybe I'll try it. Maybe I'll like
See, that's
it.
the thing. There is none.
That's the problem. I challenge you to
Right?
find me a good Sloppy Joe. Or check out my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Campo63. I'm only a few follows away from getting affiliate. So,
Oh.
yeah, definitely go check that out.
Connor.
The good people can find me buried under my mountain of Cyberpunk statues and on Twitch and Twitter at The Real Birch. That's Birch like the tree without the I, BRCH. Come hang out. Love to have you. Talk to me about how you like Sloppy Joes because they're fine. There's nothing wrong with them whatsoever. And we can, we can level.
All right, and you can find me, John Hansen, on Twitter at RevXShadows. You can check out my writing on GamePer.com. Let's see, what have I put up? A bunch of Back for Blood stuff. I've also started writing about Dungeons and Dragons because I have become obsessed with that this year. And then I also have a opinion / editorial of why you should not give up on Halo Infinite yet, which will hopefully be going up before the weekend here, but it depends on the editor. But yeah, that does it for episode 123 of the Pixel Street Podcast. Thanks so much for listening and watching, and be sure to rate us wherever you can, and share us with some friends. We'd like to have you. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Bye!
Bye.